Hi and hello watch fans and welcome back to Geneva Watch Days 2025 in the glass igloo outside the pavilion by Le Clément. In the centre of watchmaking we are joined by Emmanuel Bouchet and Aurelie Picaud of Emmanuel Bouchet, the brand, the talk of the town, the most exciting new thing on the block, and we're about to learn a little bit more about it thanks to these two lovely guests. Welcome to you both to the studio.
Thank you. Welcome. And if you're thinking, why am I sitting next to Rob? It's hot and steamy in here. And sitting with Rob is
Extremely steamy.
very, very nice. But there's a reason why I'm here. Usually we only have 3 in the igloo because we simply don't have enough space and not enough mics. But what I love most doing on the real-time show is going into an interview blank.
We're good at that.
And I've been following the brand a little while. And I don't know much about it. I was looking forward to this so much. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to schedule this earlier in the week, but I could not miss this whatsoever. So I'm very excited for the story. Who goes first?
Oh, who goes first? Let's see. Let's get a little bit of background. Let's start with a history and then we'll have a look at some of the watches that you've brought along. Because to be quite honest, I caught a glimpse of one that Emmanuel had in a case and it blew me away. So I can't wait to learn more about it.
Okay, so maybe a little bit of a background, actually. So Emmanuel is coming, I think it's important to mention, he's coming from a family of watchmakers. His father were both watchmakers. And he's a very talented one, obviously. But he was never really thinking of creating his own watch brand. Even so, he's the watchmaker behind the Harry Winston Opus 12. And even at that time, he never thought of really doing this brand. But then, one day he had he was really completely struck by a statement about time that he heard on the radio. And this statement was actually summarizing everything he always thought about time and the philosophy of time. And this statement was, life is just a moment, a passing hour, a fleeting day. And from that day, he really decided to actually do his own complications and watches in order to express his philosophy of time. So Emmanuel created the Emmanuel Bouchet watch brand back in 2014. Emmanuel started with the Complication 1 watch. And then he focused for a few years or so on unique pieces for clients. And also because he has another company doing also complication, calibers and watches for other brands. But he tries now, not that he tries, but he decided I will actually apply my own time philosophy to myself as well. And I want to really focus now on my own watch brand. So that's why we are here at Geneva Watch Days for the chapter, the next chapter of Emmanuel Bouchet, continuing with the same philosophy and coming with really novelties, and we have novelties for the next few years.
I have no idea where Rob went to. It's becoming so hot and steamy in here, and he got so excited by the fleeting time philosophy. That's amazing. May I ask what the second company is called?
Yes. The second company is called Maclef.
Maclef. Spelled?
Maclef.
I know the Swiss don't like that so much, but I always ask. Any partners you can mention their names for?
I'm not sure about that. Yeah.
Hey, this is the real-time show. We push the limits. I've tried, guys. At least I tried. So you started 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Is how much of it in-house proprietary?
Sorry?
How much of the watches and calibers are done in-house?
All the calibers. Actually, Emmanuel is really, so we are really designing, developing, doing the construction and also producing most of the things for the movement, except obviously for some components which are very specific, like the rubies of the movement. But otherwise, regarding the calibers, we do everything in-house, and we have really Emmanuel Bouchet manufactured calibers.
I want to look at them. May we please explore some of these novelties?
Yeah.
And so Alain's just picked up the one that caught my eye before, and I have to say it is extremely arresting, is what I would say. It stopped me in my tracks. The color of the strap, the beautiful dial. Is it mother of pearl? Or?
Yes, the dial is mother of pearl, indeed. And just to mention as well that our pieces can be really, really bespoke. That's the strength also to be like a small manufacturer. And here, that's an example, even the color of the strap, but we really do also bespoke pieces. And if we go into really like this new product, this is not only a new collection, but this is also a new movement, a new caliber. So the caliber is a double rotor movement. So you have two rotors. And why doing this movement? It's because Emmanuel is always thinking of complication and, getting sometimes, I would say a bit frustrated about it, that most complication takes so much of the force that the amplitude is going down very picky. And so he wanted really, in order to be able to develop any type of complication that he wants to develop, really have a movement which is actually keeping, it's not to extend the power reserve, but really to keep the amplitude of the power reserve stable. For example, if you have 45 hours power reserve with full performance, the idea of the double rotor is to keep without having a decrease in the amplitude. So that's for the new caliber. And if we go into this watch itself, what it does, it's actually making people reflect about time and our relationship to time. This is really using complications in order to be able to make people slow down. So just few explanations. On that watch, in terms of function, you have a dial for hours and minutes. And you have what we call the pillars of time. So you have one pillar which is actually rotating at the speed of the second. One of the other pillar at 3 o'clock, it's actually rotating at the speed of the 24 hours, like the day and night. Why? Because the day and night, you're not able to really see the rotation. It's too slow. Emmanuel wants actually to make people understand and to be reminded that actually, in life, many important things happen and you do not even realize that an hour has passed, that actually a day has passed or your life has passed. So this watch is really about reminding you that you should also, even if you do not see the rotation, thanks to the location of the stones on the pillars of time, you see that they have moved. You will never see yourself the rotation, but you have to be reminded to slow down and look at the details and focus on the right now.
Aurelie, I was so mesmerized. The watch that I have here, I did not get any. Can you please repeat that? No. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I listen. I'm kidding. I am. My wife says not, but I think I can do two things at once.
Yeah, your wife's right. As always, look, this mother of pearl dial has got me captivated. The pillars of time are incredible. They're sculptural. They're like nothing we've ever seen before. But is this dial CNC'd or cut, or how is it formed? It's got a ripple effect in it.
Like you mean the mother of pearl, that is the curve?
Yeah.
C'est tout un sorry, mais this is good. Donc,
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a?
non, on part d'une nacre brute, on commence à faire les premières sinuosités du cadran, par des traits de CNC, mais on tient tout à la main.
Okay, so we start obviously with the raw mother of pearl material. We start a little bit with the CNC, but then we do everything by hand.
So you take off material, but the layer of...
Exactly.
Ce qui est important, c'est que malgré le cadran qui soit sous des zones différentes de hauteur, on doit ter des précisions de l'ordre du centième. Donc il y a des zones où on peut toucher manuellement, d'autres où on doit s'assurer la perfection.
So there are some areas where, it has to be so accurate in terms of the dimension, obviously, that you cannot do everything by hand from the start because you have to make sure that you respect all the dimensions.
So mother of pearl is rather porous, not so much porous, but it can chip.
Very brittle.
Yeah, very brittle. So what's the fill rate per dial?
What's the what? Sorry.
Fill rate. So how much is discarded? Doesn't pass the quality control.
Est-ce que ça passe le quality control parce que la nacre?
Alors, ça dépend ce qu'on cherche à la montre, mais effectivement, quand on essaye de développer un nouveau produit, que ce soit aussi bien dans le mouvement que ce soit dans dans l'habillage, il faut qu'on puisse garantir effectivement aux clients qui portent une pièce d'avoir la plus grande fiabilité. Alors évidemment, ces pièces sont terminées de TQP, l'usement est fiabilisé depuis plus d'1 an. Et aujourd'hui, on a eu un test au choc sur le vouloir, donc il y a bien une personne qui l'a laissé tomber et la laque, elle s'est pas rendue. Donc c'était plutôt positif.
It's very, like it's very important for us to have really, of course, like reliable watches. So yeah, like we are sure that everything is made in the right way to pass all the tests also. And yeah.
Mais je suis content que vous ayez posé la question parce que, en fin de compte, pas beaucoup la posent, mais c'est un des objectifs, c'est nous d'aller jusqu'au bout des choses. Comme pour sortir Complication One, on a mis 3 ans de développement. On aurait pu la sortir avant, mais peut-être avec un manque de fiabilité. Aujourd'hui, on est sûr de nos rôles.
Is really actually happy that you asked the question because, for example, the Complication One that was launched a few years ago, he actually spent 3 years in order to work on the reliability because it's so important and he's very purist in his approach of he wants to deliver the clients really something which is, reliable. And it's the best accuracy and it's the best materials.
I think one of the things that Alan was interested in when it comes to the construction of the dial is how often do they break when you're making them? Because this is a very fine material and this is a extremely invasive process for something like mother of pearl. CNCing and hand finishing, you might run into you could be working on the dial for days and then suddenly run into a failure point. Is it common that they break? In the production, I understand that when they're ready.
Que la nacre se casse, que pardon se casse dans le processus de production.
Alors juste pour répondre à votre question, sur les nacres qui sont sur les cadrans plats, qui sont très fines, même quand on a la manipulation, elles peuvent se fendre. C'est réel. Mais une fois que je parle des nacres plates, elles sont très fines.
So on flat mother of pearl, because it's so thin, yes, obviously even manipulating the dial, you can actually break it.
Ça peut aller. Par contre, là, on est quand même sur des nacres qui font croche de 2,5 mm.
Yeah.
Donc, c'est très épais pour pouvoir tailler dedans. Et là, on a quand même moins de soucis.
So here, for example, we are really with a thickness which is higher, like 2.5 millimeters. So actually, we have less risk to break it.
Pour être juste, il faut bien de la hauteur, de la profondeur, on est obligé. Donc, je crois que c'est la première fois qu'on utilise des nacres aussi épaisses. Et ce qu'on a fait, on n'a pas eu de soucis. En fin de compte, pour vous dire la vérité, on n'a pas eu de casse du tout.
So this is the first time that we do this type of dial, actually, since it's novelties, but we didn't have any issue with those dials.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And just maybe to add about this product, I forgot to mention there is also you will see on the dial hours and minutes, there is also around what I call a rotative ring.
Yeah.
And this is actually not like a rotor that we go randomly from left to right depending on the movement of the wrist. It's actually only going clockwise for 2 reasons. So first, Emmanuel wanted to prove that thanks to the double rotor movement, you have enough energy to be able to move this ring in gold with diamonds, which is quite heavy, and also to control the fact it's only going in one direction clockwise. And the philosophical explanation, we want really people to understand that you never go back in time, so do not bother with the past all the time. Just focus on the right now and what's in front of you.
There's something on the case back that's jumped out to me here. It may not be visible on the video, but if you look at the rotor, surrounding the rotor there is a line. Oh, there you can see it right there. Is that a second crystal or is it an engraved crystal? The rotor is surrounded by this line here that's engraved on the crystal. Is it?
Hollowed out. Yeah. Is it hollow out, maybe?
Oui, non.
Ah oui.
Did they hollow out the case back?
The case back, the glass is casebate et the sapphire.
Yes, a sapphire crystal. Yeah.
But this line around the rotor.
Did they cut out material?
Yeah.
And make space?
Non, le saphir a été creusé en profondeur pour en mettre la masse le plus proche.
It's a very interesting question because actually the sapphire crystal has been not curved, but what's the word in English?
Engraved?
Put in depth in order that you have the space.
They cut that space
to move.
They thin a cutout in the sand.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
So my guess was good. That's a good sound right now.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I've never seen that before. Oh, this is a watch of many firsts. Tell me, how much How much do we have to pay to get one of these on our wrists?
So for this watch, 112,000 Swiss francs.
How much?
112,000 Swiss francs.
Bargain.
Bargain. We'll take 3, please. Each. They pay
On a
well at Geneva.
No, but on a serious note, it's a lot of money, but it's reasonable. How many pieces do you make per model and in total per year over the brand?
So we work more, like it's not that we produce like a number of watches at the same time, because we want also to be able to build a relationship with the clients, and we prefer actually having, for example, for this watch, having the components all ready, and then to be able to maybe have, if the client prefers a color dial, we would make the dial. So it's that everything is ready in terms of the movement component and case, but then we can set the case depending on the request. We can have another dial, another strap. So it's actually not that we have all the pieces produced in once, and we want to, I always say, give, fresh from the oven, the watch to the client and involve the client as well. It's actually, what we love doing, so.
I think you've worked for the big groups. You gave me a very political answer.
Don't like anything.
No, but on a serious note, Aurelie, are these models limited, or don't you work with limited editions?
So they are limited by production itself.
Yeah.
Then we do also sometimes limited edition. For example, we have like a limited edition of the Complication 1 watch with a full sapphire case. And like it's so delicate to do, that's a 5 pieces limited edition. So yes, sometimes we do limited edition. Otherwise, it's not limited by the production itself.
And how can consumers buy them besides going direct to you guys?
So that's also a very good question. So we like working directly with clients, but also we are starting really now to talk to some partners. So what's important for us is to have, even if that's only a few partners, to have the right partners, again, to build this relationship with them and have, partners who are actually able also to understand, take the time to understand the watches and be able to tell also the story that those watches tell. So, yeah, that's...
And you have retailers currently selling the brand?
Yeah, we have so when Emmanuel started the brands, we had already a few retailers, for example, in the US. And now we start also, rebuilding a little bit as well the distribution. So, for example, we will start in Geneva with Salon des Horlogers, really this type of retailers who are very specialized into this type.
Please mention the names, feel free. If you know them by heart, who do you have in the US?
So we had in the US like a Provident jewelry, but because again we are starting this new chapter, we have really now to explore how we develop.
We have a lot of retailers listening. How should they reach you?
Oh, please contact us directly. There is the website. There is an email address info@emmanuelbouchet.com or directly to me, my first name, Aurelie.Picaud@emmanuelbouchet.com. And then we are always very happy to talk to anyone and also to make people discover the manufacturer. So our doors are open.
Aurelie, Emmanuel, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you
It's a real pleasure.
for spending this time with us.
And thank you for our gifts.
Yeah, we
very generous. Like, this goodie bag, we are not influencers, we're journalists and we're objective, but this time we'll make an exception. Will we take a gift?
Yeah, as soon as I press the theme tune, just start running.
Okay. Too early.
Join us very soon for the last live interview of Geneva Watch Days 2025.